Unless you have been following my channel for a while, you may not know that buying my first house was ultimately what sparked my interest and my career change into real estate. The journey to home ownership can sometimes feel tiresome, frustrating, and just overall overwhelming, especially in today's market. And if you are actively trying to buy a house, you may be feeling buyer fatigue if the offers that you are making are not winning the house. I want to share something very personal to me with you in hopes that this video provides you with the motivation to keep at your goal of home ownership. Here are 9 ways that buying a house changed my life. A lot of the videos that I make on this channel are specifically to answer the questions that I remember having when I was going through the home buying process. It led me to a career that I am passionate about and that I feel fulfilled doing every single day. Growing up, my family moved every few years. And I'm not just talking about little inner city moves. I'm talking about big in-between state moves from Georgia to Oregon and then to Oregon to Florida, like giant diagonals across the country. Buying my first house really gave me this subconscious peace of mind and permanence for my situation, at least for the next few years. I found that this helped me in many ways of my life. I was making more long-term relationships, as well as doing little things like getting to know my neighbors. I got to choose the location of my home. And it may go without saying, one of the best things about buying a house is choosing the specific location. Now, of course, you may be priced out of some markets. For example, I would love to own a home in LA, but I have more of an Arkansas budget. Rather than just picking an apartment complex or a rental house that fits your budget, you have the flexibility to choose a neighborhood with certain amenities that fits your needs and find a place that's in a close proximity, let's say, to work. I just think that it is so cool that you have more control over where you live when you purchase versus when you rent. For most people, myself included, buying a house also brought on a significant reduction in monthly expenses. My mortgage payment ended up being just under $800 a month. And this was an exciting change compared to the $1,200 a month I was paying for a 1-bedroom apartment. And I was told that if I renewed my lease, the rent was going to be going up even more. With my new home payment being less than I was used to paying in rent, I was able to stash away some of that money into savings. Stashing away that money allowed me to start investing in real estate, which was always something that was on my long-term goals. I was also able to tap into the equity that I had in my own home for investment projects. And I just think this is one of the coolest things about real estate. No matter what, if you're living, you are going to have a housing expense. So when you purchase a home, you are able to take that expense of housing and turn it into an asset for yourself. Another way that buying my first house changed my life is that it allowed me to budget better. A mortgage payment is a lot more fixed than a rent payment is. I got a 30-year fixed rate. Your principal payment and interest with a fixed rate are going to remain the same over the life of your loan. Homeowners insurance is something that you can shop around for, and in the event that yours goes up, you can easily change policies at any time. It's kind of like when you have to call AT&T every year. Hello. Yes, I just got my bill and it increased $20. Oh Lord, I'm canceled. Please tell me I'm not the only one that they do that to. The only other thing that could affect your mortgage payment is taxes. Unfortunately, if taxes go up, there's not much that we can do about that. But the effect of taxes increasing has a much smaller effect than rent prices going up. I'm gonna be real candid with you guys. When I bought my first house, I did not have a single power tool. I don't even think that I had a tape measure or a hammer. Needless to say, owning a home has taught me a lot about home maintenance as well as construction costs. Some of what I learned in my first year of owning a home was amazing. I had to learn, for example, how to find studs in a wall so that I could hang my first TV. I learned how to use a level so that my curtain rods were not aimed diagonally towards the floor. But of course, some of these lessons I had to learn the hard way. For example, when tree roots broke the water line to my house, I quickly realized how having too many trees in your yard can be a problem and how costly of a fix that can be. Did you know that you can get tax breaks for buying and owning a home? Most people don't know this until they actually buy their first property. Mortgage insurance as well as mortgage interest are both tax deductible. In fact, if you have a space in your home that you only use to work, you may get additional tax deductions for a home office space as well. Additional tax credits and deductions may be available to you if you make energy-saving improvements to your homes and even when you sell your home down the road. For most, owning a home offers a space for expression. I know it may sound silly, but it is so nice to be able to customize a space to truly reflect who you are. I have enjoyed landscaping my yard, painting certain rooms in my house, and doing fun things like the accent wall behind me. All things that I would not have been able to do if I was renting. I know that you may be tired of the journey to homeownership, or maybe you're on the fence and you haven't quite taken the leap. But let this be the video that makes you say, I want this. I want to achieve home ownership for me and my family. I want to buy a house where I can host game nights. I want to make this happen so that I can host a birthday party for my little girl next year. And I'm going to work hard to achieve it. Positively assert this in the comments below. I cannot wait to see how buying a home will positively change your life. Now share this video with a loved one. You can learn more about the steps to home ownership by watching this video. I will see you in the next one.